And we're back with another episode of Lauer After Hours. Joining us tonight from the Levitard Show video department at Mikey Fountains on Twitter. I probably did not pronounce the handle right, but at Mike Fountains, Mike Fuentes himself. You might have heard his voice on Mystery Crate, here and there, giving you a little movie advice, tips. His Twitter is hot with movie advice. They want to talk about Adnan, Anthony Mays, Samson. No, Mike Fuentes. That's where
Mikey Fountains.
Okay, Mikey Fountains. Yeah. We got Beep Counting joining us tonight, and I got me out here in Los Angeles. Pow. How's it going, Mike?
It's going, man. Another day down here in paradise. Is raining right now. We hadn't had rain in a while though, so we don't live in a tropical paradise, but all of a sudden we do, and kind of here for it, really.
That's been LA for the last 6 weeks.
Yeah, I know, but LA's been getting it really weird, right? Because you guys never get that type of stuff.
We're out of a drought.
Yeah, it's right. All because of that. That's crazy.
We got so much rain that if you look at the drought maps where we're in a severe drought, it's completely
awful. Yeah, and I know you've been in perpetual drought for years, right?
Decades.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, there you go. Look at that.
My entire life, pretty much.
Yeah, universe. There you go. Worked out.
Across the decades.
Yeah.
Look at that, huh?
Well, I live in the freaking desert, so we never get any rain. So
it's headed that our storm, from what I was looking at today on Twitter, is headed all towards the East Coast, and you guys are gonna get tons of it, just tons of that rain. So
we'll take it.
Yeah, normal.
We'll take it.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, was it rainy last week during Music Week?
No, Music Week had beautiful weather. I was actually a little upset because I didn't get to go as hard as I usually do. So then I just became jealous. I was like, man, I wish a big thunderstorm would break out, because fuck them kids. They don't, I can have a good time. I can't have a good time. They shouldn't have a good time either, but no, but it was actually, the weather was great last week, which kind of makes this, it's getting towards the spring. It's fine. Normal day.
What kind of music kind of really moves you? What actually speaks to you?
So the whole, very fast, Mike Fuentes musical history. When I was growing up, me and my brother went to private school. My brother's also works for Levitard. He's a back end type of guy. He does tech stuff. And
so he's just the backup table if Danny's not available. Is that what...
maybe. Yeah. So when we were young, we were really into hardcore hair metal type rock stuff.
My man, what's up?
Metallica. Metallica was my first concert, 1997 at the Miami Arena. Yep. And then we were into Marilyn Manson. He was really into Deftones, stuff like that.
That's the first band I ever saw headline the show.
Deftones?
Yeah, Deftones. Yeah, Taste of Chaos, 2007.
Oh,
they're headlining that tour.
Yeah. So that's what we were into back then. Then when I got to middle school, I'll admit it, I was a poser. I just wanted to be friends with people, and everybody listened to rap at the time. So I'm okay, we're doing rap now. And I'm happy I did, because that was a big golden era, right? 97 to early 2010s.
Yeah, salute Flem.
Rap music. And then my brother became an EDM DJ. And so through connections, he has a connection at Ultra Music Festival that every year he was going VIP. So I wasn't really into it. And then one year I tell him, hey, bro, it's a huge party. Let's go. Fast forward 7 years, we've gone to every single Ultra. We totally partake in all the parties said. And now we're just big EDM guys. We still do the rock stuff. I'm still really into Foo Fighters, Chili Peppers, Deftones, whatever comes my way. I pop in the old Metallica stuff whenever it's necessary. Big Rob Zombie guy out of the last 5 years. I don't know how that happened. Love Rob Zombie. So that's it. Now it's just this full spectrum of everything. But I just took you on the full Fuentes musical journey. There you go.
Love it. Brilliant.
That Metallica concert in 97, was that the one where they were out on tour with Korn for the Load Reload?
I don't remember Korn there. The reason I really remember that show is because a stagehand, a pyro guy, got his face blown off. Whoa. And they had to stop the show for I don't remember the amount of time, but it was stopped, and there was this big thing, and they had paramedics come out, they turned all the lights on, and then I think half an hour went by, and then all of a sudden lights down again. And then I read in the newspaper a few days later that it was a pyro guy who got caught in some flames, and they had to rush him, and he was fine. But that's what I remember from the show. Korn and Limp Bizkit were a huge thing for me and my brother. We saw a bunch of shows down here at the Bayfront Park Amphitheater. My brother was huge into Korn, sick into Korn. That's actually the first time I saw Rob Zombie, because we were in a Limp Bizkit phase. and Limp Bizkit was opening for Rob Zombie. So we're like, we're gonna go to this show and watch this guy Rob Zombie. Limp Bizkit's on before, and then of course the first time I heard Dragula, I'm like, hell yeah, like let's destroy everything.
100%.
Yeah.
Wall of Death right now.
Yeah, man. That's good. That's really, really good stuff. That entire, rock scene, new metal, everything. That was my entire middle school and high school time.
Yeah. Those good times, good music times. Pre social media, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But before anyone's top fives on MySpace, anything like that.
Oh, the dreaded top 8 on MySpace. you get that random phone call. Yeah. Why is she in your top 3? Bye. Click.
Why am I not number 2 at least?
Correct.
You know? You want to know like 8?
I know the things we used to stress about,
Yeah.
Even though that was the purest time in social media.
It was, and you had a sick, like if you really knew how to work, like that's when you had to actually know what like kind of code was. If you wanted to like change your background or like have a picture on it, like you had to like go embed that in the code.
Yeah. All Tom wanted to be was your friend. He didn't want to sell you anything. He just wanted to be pals.
Well, speaking of music, the best part about MySpace is it was very supportive for local artists.
Yeah. Well, so it started off as a music website. Like people don't know that. It was supposed to be for artists to like promote themselves. And then it ended up becoming a social network. So then like they tried to revive it. I think Justin Timberlake bought it or something.
Yeah, he did. To go back to the music side of it.
Correct. Yeah. And it had passed its time. But yeah, a lot of people don't know that it was like originally just for music. And I remember when I first got on MySpace, I think it only had like 8,500 users or something like that.
And Tila Tequila was one of them.
Yeah. Another shout out to the early 2000s. Shot of Love with Tila Tequila.
Oh, what a great show. Love that show. You know who probably loves that show too? Billy. I know for a fact Billy loves that show.
He does like reality shows.
Yeah.
He's a reality show guy.
We literally have a friendship just because
of that.
Yeah, just really bad TV. He was telling me about the show Are You the One just came back, and like when I saw you guys, he was like, are you excited to see Are You the One? And I had no idea it was coming back, but of course he did. And then
he put me on to Australian
Survivor.
Not Survivor, something similar though.
Oh, okay.
It'll come to me, but Australian
Challenge.
Something.
Is it the Taskmaster? Have you seen anything like that from the Taskmaster?
I think I've heard Billy talk about the Taskmaster, but
that thing is nuts.
Yeah,
that thing is absolutely insane.
I wish I could remember this show. Hold on, let's put Australian reality TV. I'm sure it will come up. There you go.
Yeah, I heard that Australian Survivor is just like good every year. Whoever casts for it, does a really good job. And like Paramount Plus now has a lot of their Australian content now streaming on there for people here in the U.S. because it's so successful. So shout out Morgan. She was around here somewhere.
Putting us on all that.
Yeah, we were literally talking about it yesterday. She's like, you have to watch Australian Survivor this year. She's like, it's better than any of the seasons that's ever been in the US. I was like, okay.
I try to, I'm not gonna say I try to stay away from reality TV, but it's just so easy to get sucked in. Like before I saw you guys, I was at the girlfriend's house watching the season finale of The Bachelor. Yeah, and that's like guilty pleasure. I don't care who knows it, and now like Bachelor in Paradise is coming back. Oh, fantastic. Just quality American programming, I gotta tell you.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing is because I love reality TV so much, and I always get asked if I like The Bachelor. And it's good, but the thing is, when you see a show that's pure trash, like Flavor of Love, Shot of Love with Tila Tequila, I Love New York, they were truly, really, like the cast was like really, they weren't like hot, beautiful people like you get on The Bachelor. Some of them were like,
ratchet.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. They were, like, hey, this is what I wear out to the club. I think I look pretty good. I'm gonna wear this here, and then it's like, okay, and then one girl poops on the stairs. That's the kind of reality TV that I'm here for. So, but this guy gets it.
So the Levitard show is always talking about baseball names from the 90s and 2000s that make you smile. What are some musical acts from the 90s or 2000s that just make you smile? They may not be the best, they may not be the greatest musical acts out there, but what are just a couple of bands or groups there from the 90s 2000s that just make you smile?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they make anybody smile, honestly, but it does remind me of a good time in my life. Is like Crazy Town. Even though they're more like 2001, like one hit wonders, but they also had a song with Paul Oakenfold called Starry Eyed Surprise. which I jam to every now and then. Let me see. I listen, I know I listen to randomly too is Live, like Lightning Crashes. I'll just listen to it like on repeat. It's like, you know what? I feel like being sad today. We're gonna listen to Lightning Crashes a few times. Smashing Pumpkins do that for me too.
Offspring.
Offspring, yeah, Offspring is a good one.
I was thinking from the 90s.
Yeah, the thing is, like, you're really thinking about like the cusp, right? Like 98 through 2003.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Korn is one of those. Certain Limp Bizkit songs. A lot of Wyclef Jean makes you think about the late 90s too.
Yep.
Yeah, Wyclef Jean. What else? I mean, I'm gonna be doing this all day. But
Newfound Glory, like that whole
Newfound,
early emo scene.
Yeah,
Dashboard
well, that was
Confessional.
coming a little toward. That was a little more into the 2000s, but I mean, Blink 182 was in Newfound were a little bit of a bridge there.
Yeah, they're like 99. I think like the first.
Well, Dude Ranch came out in what 96 or 97, something like that.
I want to say 98, but you might be right with 97.
I think it was. Yeah, I was even saying you might even be right 96.
Really?
Yeah, I think that was pretty early.
Guys, it's okay. We have the
unless I'm thinking of that song Eminem that they had. That
97.
Yep, June 17th, 1997.
I nailed it. You said 96. Said it feels like 97. Well, it says that it was recorded between January 97 and December 96. So I guess half credit for both of us.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
Half a win, still win. You know. Put my half a win in a box.
Yeah.
Put your half a win in a box. We both still have half a win.
There you go.
We got one win.
Yeah. If you have two halves of a win,
you have one. You have one win.
You do have one win.
But you know what? It's in a box, and it's our win. All right. It became our win. All right.
Yeah. Mike and Pal had a box. Mal. So speaking of movies, were you big on the Oscars this year? This is one of the years that I've actually like tried to watch, a lot of the films that were in it. The correct film won, in my opinion, but I was hoping to get, pick your brain a little bit, They wanted, they're trying to tear you down here, Fuentes, about your movies that you're watching, and I'm like, no, we need to support this thread.
I mean,
Juju wants to support it too, so
yeah,
they want us to go flood it. No, we're flooding it with great ideas. So
there's only one person, I'm not going to say their name, who they don't hate on the list. They just think it's funny that I put pictures. And then one day I told them, I'm like, dude, life is how you present yourself, and I'm going to present myself like one of these movie snobs who puts random pictures that somehow follow plot. And they're like, where do you get the picture? I'm like, Google. It's a great tool. You should use it. But when it comes to the Oscars this year, I felt like I had watched a lot, and then I started hearing the nominees, and I'm like, well, I haven't watched any of them. I am happy that Everything Everywhere All at Once won, but it's just such like, whenever you watch the Oscars, you think they're going to pick the most boring artsy movie there is, and that's going to be your winner. And this was like a total left field. Not that the movie wasn't great. It's just so out of character for what they usually pick. You know what I'm saying?
Something like Tar usually wins.
Yeah, Tar, or even
I
was waiting for Banshees of Inisherin to like just sweep, but then
I honestly think Stan Van Gundy.
Oh no, he nailed the take. I thought it was super
putting
boring.
His take out there tanked that movie's chance of winning.
It made the night. Huh?
Not enough people are talking about it. They need to aggregate that.
Yeah, I always like I saw Everything Everywhere winning all these awards, and then it got like director, like screenplay, like all these things. I'm like, well, how can it not win now? And then one of the funniest things is like they did best foreign film, and All Quiet on the Western Front was nominated, but it's also the only foreign film that's nominated for best picture. So why are we doing this? Obviously, if it's the only one best picture, it's going to be the best foreign film. Like, can we not, like, this is just a waste of time. Whatever. The guy got up there, he got his award. Good for him.
The nominees mean something sometimes,
No, it's you get paid just being a nominee. Like, they said like, oh, XYZ actor has like 10 nominations, never won. I'm like, I'm sure they're not stressing it. Like, I'm sure they want to win, but they're getting paid off that,
That title's still thrown out there. Academy Award winning nominated or something, whatever the hell they want to
I want to run something past you guys now that I did the whole nominee versus winner thing. So I think like it was like last week on the show, they were talking about best FBI agent names. I think Tony had like a top 5 list or something, right? This is like a week and a half, I want to say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the day before that, I had a conversation. I want to say that Tony's list was inspired by me in a way, because I had a conversation with Stu.
I believe it.
Yeah, and it said, being an FBI agent is overrated. You want to be a former FBI agent. You become an FBI agent so you can be a former FBI agent, because if you're a former, whoa, there's mystery. Did he just retire? Was he fired? Was he removed? What's going on here? There's mystery to it, where it's like, FBI agent, you can be a fucking forensic accountant. Who cares, right? But if you're a former FBI agent,
espionage, that's where this comes in.
What did he see? What did he do? Right?
Well, that's the thing about like Robert De Niro's character in Meet the Parents.
Yeah, he's like a former spy.
Former FBI spy, or like a former CIA spy. Like, now
you're
wondering, and he's still doing some shady things.
But then he could be like, what's his name from Burn Notice? Former CIA guy got burned.
That's an actor I've seen in a million things. I'll never know his name.
Jeffrey Donovan.
There you go, Jeffrey Donovan. Jeffy D.
Roasted.
Yeah.
JD. J Dizzle.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, it's you become an FBI agent just to one day you can be like, hey, Mike Fuentes, former FBI agent. Whoa. World of mystery,
Oh man, this guy's definitely living out on the Keys.
Exactly.
Now.
Yeah. What does he know? Who does he know? Why does he speak so many languages? Huh? Who's he on the phone with?
Hey, listen, former FBI agents never tell you they're a former FBI agent. Somebody else always has to inform
That's true.
That's true. That's
and then if somebody comes and asks you about it, you just stare off to the sunset with your beer and say, I don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
It's classified.
You don't have the clearance.
I'd tell you, but then I'd have to kill you. Yeah, something like that. Some one-liner, and then you take the glasses off.
Yeah, that concludes my FBI take. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. All right.
I'm here for it. So, what government agency would you want to be a former member of the most? NSA, CIA, FBI, TSA, Homeland Security.
It has to be SEAL Team 6.
Oh, but that's a military thing.
Yeah,
it's still government work, still a government team.
I was gonna say FBI because FBI sounds less torture-y than CIA.
Less sketch, you mean?
Yeah, a little less sketch, so there's and then it's like you said, I feel like you got a good pension, you can walk the dog every day once you're out, just skip out and about. I mean, maybe they have to relocate you because you were undercover for a while and you saw some shit that you weren't supposed to see. So okay, fine. You check out the East Coast, right? Because I'm on the West Coast right now. So what if I check out the East Coast and build a new life over there? Girlfriend may not like it, but
I've got the nuts here. Former Secret Service. You're in the president's inner circle. All the dirty shit that went on in the Oval Office or anywhere else throughout the halls of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Former Secret Service agent.
Doesn't that put you in the line to get suicided?
That's a chance I'm willing to take.
Yeah, because you're gonna know all the tea.
Yeah,
as they say. I believe that's the correct terminology the kids use. All the tea. Fuentes, I wanted to give you a little pep talk here. We love your moxie. We love how you're just a grinder. You get after it. You're that meme right now, right? Where they show the X-ray and there's a pit bull, right?
dog in me.
Get that dog in you, okay, Fuentes? And the reason why I say this is because as somebody as I am observant, you pick up little nuggets here and there on a podcast, a mystery crate here, or whatever, and you hear that you're into or not necessarily into TikTok, but you're into saying you're into TikTok, into getting the job, landing the job. Okay, it's all about presenting yourself, right?
Correct.
Now, there's an EP position open up here at the show, okay? And I don't want you to sell yourself short. If you can talk your way into selling yourself on knowing TikTok and then making these excellent vertical videos, because you get complimented quite a bit because all the younger people that are a part of the show love to use the videos as much as they want to give you shit. Okay, your boy Pal's got you. As much as they want to give you shit, they're all loving it. Okay, and they're all throwing praise. As much as they want to throw backhanded praise, it's still praise. Like that. If anybody's gonna give me praise, I'll throw my praise in a box, even if it's backhanded praise. You'll throw yours in our box. We'll have more praise in with our half W's. We'll have all that in our box. Okay,
it's a big box.
So yeah, but you need to shoot high for this. Okay, and it's there for the taking. Just something I think this is something you need to consider, something you need to think about, because You don't need to sell yourself short here, my friend. Okay?
Listen, I'm nothing but confident. Okay. I
Oh
have,
yeah.
I've dealt with imposter syndrome my whole life. Okay. I'm sure most of us have. It's a
Same.
very,
Same
very
way
normal
too.
thing. Yeah, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a time, I think it was when I turned like 35, where I was like, Mike, listen, you're fucking getting old. All right. We're done with this shit. We're tired of being humble. It's like a number one phrase. I'm tired of being humble. So if the possibility was thrown in my direction, okay, I'm gonna jump on that thing like a Navi riding through the way of water. Okay, I'm gonna be just riding the whole fucking thing. But like I said, there are people there, been there a long time. They deserve the opportunity, and I support them all. I love everybody in that fucking place. I've been listening to that show. When did you guys start listening to the show? Not to like put
2015.
anybody.
I was gonna. We were gonna ask you too, but you know,
Yeah.
we're just shooting. We're just cutting it up. Yeah?
Okay, I'll save my answer then for when you guys want to say it.
No, say it now. We're here. We're here.
So the first time I ever heard the show was in 2006.
Wow.
Yeah, I was going to a baseball game with my brother. We were going to meet up my dad. We pull into Burger King, I think it was, and
BK.
my brother puts on sports radio, and they sue somebody that tried to give a pleasantry on a call. And I go, yo, what the hell was that? My brother's like, you never heard these guys? And boom, that was it, 2006. So I listened to the show for a very long time. And, you know, I've seen the whole evolution. I remember when Mark Hockman was the producer of that it was on Drive Time 790. All right. I remember when it got switched at 10 a.m. I was super pissed off because I would like drive home from work, and that was my, you know. So then like now I had the drive into work, I had them, and then I had Zazzle on the way home, and then it was Coward. I've seen every iteration there is. The guys that are in that room, they made that thing, so they deserve it. And that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not a toe stepper.
I got you.
Team player.
I got you. You don't see it right now. I just realized you got glasses, but I got you. There's some links with these on right now.
Yeah.
And then realize, oh yeah.
I'm so tired. My eyes have been closed for like the past 3 minutes, but luckily nobody can tell.
Because you know what? You're a grinder. And the thing is, the only reason I'm saying this is because, you know, sometimes you recognize the potential of you got all-stars there. Okay. I don't know if you're familiar with a certain Austin Reeves of the Los Angeles Lakers right now.
Correct.
AKA Hillbilly Kobe. You know, he told Patrick Beverley he was too small. But you know what? They recognized his potential. Now he's starting, you know, for the Lakers at shooting guard, and he's averaging, you know, more free throws than Steph Curry right now. Okay, so I'm just saying.
You're just throwing it out there.
Just throwing it out there. This is something you need to think about, Fuentes. All right. Now, is it about toe stepping? I don't know. Sometimes, you know, like Billy likes to do, you like to create a little chaos. Okay. So it's like, let's shake things up a bit. Let's have some fun here in the container. You know, let's sometimes competition's good to get those creative juices flowing. You know what I mean? So just start throwing it out there. You know, if you receive it how you will, but I respect it. You know, you're a fan of the show. You respect the people in the container. You know, I would absolutely be throwing people under the bus right away, but hey,
never. No,
I'm just kidding. No,
those are all my homies. I love them all.
Yeah.
And I really do. Like, I think I've had this conversation
yeah.
with Juju before, and like we talk about how the show and like we really love this shit. Like this show has been with me like a lot of my adult life. You know, I'm pretty sure like because I never wanted to work in sports. Like I was a manager at a movie theater for 5 years when I was younger. I studied advertising. The only reason I ended up working in TV was because I had to leave one of my movie theater jobs because they were just like not making money and working me to the ground. And then I happened to leave my job. I'm like, I'll be fine in a month or whatever. And then my brother once again comes up to me and says, hey, we need somebody doing this at the first TV channel I ever worked in. And that's how I got on TV. And then fast forward now 15 years later, I'm still doing it.
Man.
But
so you really do know movies.
Yeah.
You know the ins and outs. No, okay. Yeah. So we need to be pushing this forward then, okay?
Yeah.
We need to get some kind of fountain pod going on, you know, some fountain popcorn. I'm much better with names. I'll think of one later. But your people will contact us, you know, like a home and home situation or, you know, however we want to do that. But yeah, you know, this they're wasting their time with the people they think are good talking about movies. This man right here,
the Fountains of Wayne.
I don't even know how to use Google right.
I mean, I listen to like I like Samson's movie takes too. I think he has good takes. I mean, the one he did today was a little crazy, but
I like his documentary takes. Anytime he mentions a documentary, I immediately seek it out, and I'm like, he was right.
I always listen to his movie takes, documentary takes, him, Adnan too, because that's how like they're gonna see stuff that you don't. Like to go into movies thinking, oh, I'm gonna see everything, I know everything. That's just ridiculous. Like, so I take, even like when I listen to Cinephobe, I love Cinephobe, you know, like even they might say something and then I'll go back and watch said crap movie and then I'll enjoy it more because now I know that they have pointed stuff out. So, you know,
Three
shout out
Ninjas
to
needs to make an appearance, or Surf Ninjas.
Surf Ninjas. Oh, I was, you know,
Moto Surf.
I love Surf Ninja. I remember the scene, like the kid played the video game, right? And he like saw the future. Yeah. Three Ninjas, very cold. I think they did Three Ninjas, no?
No.
They
They
did
would
American
absolutely
Ninja.
hate it.
Yeah. I think the first Cinephobe one I ever heard was, I think it was Hook.
Hook was a
I
good
don't
one. It was the breakup for me.
Yeah, I think I talked to Amin today about it, and I said I only listen to the ones that you guys, that I've seen that you guys do. Because like the way they do it, it's like a small narration, right? So like I want to
Yeah.
know the parts, because if I watch, you know, I might not understand, I might not get everything if I haven't seen it. So
They're so good with descriptive with the notes they take, and they are really longer than the movies themselves.
yeah,
That like I'm like, I don't need to see the movie.
no, and just
Yeah.
the way Anthony Mays, I think Anthony Mays is amazing. Like the way he
Anthony
puts together
Amazing.
that pod, yeah, Anthony amazing, yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
Like the way he puts it together, and then like the intros and everything, like the basketball Illuminati intro to me is like a work of art. Like that, like every time I hear that pod, I actually just had a good friend of mine from high school. He was on basketball Illuminati with Tom and Amin, Chase Carlson, and he's a lawyer that helps like get players
Oh
back
yes,
fraud.
I just
Him,
heard this
yeah,
one. Yeah, but the fraud alert one that they
yeah,
were doing.
yeah. So that
Mhm.
lawyer is my friend from high school,
Oh.
and just listening to that, like they all do a great job. It's
Mhm.
fantastic. Like, so
No, honestly, that I can't believe the amount of financial advisors or agents that are literally ripping off like basketball players just because they get so greedy, and it's like even when they have successful, $1 billion companies, and they're like, no, let's just go for that little bit more.
the greed
And
the greed will get you, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's all helpful information. That's I mean, I think every pod that they've done on that one alone, you could send literally players in that league and be like, hey, check this out on your own behalf. Like, oh,
Mhm.
okay, well, maybe I should get an insurance fraud lawyer before looking into new investments.
Well, I think too, like
Terrific.
when you're in that position of like professional athlete type deal,
Mhm.
you get so, because everybody's taking commissions, right? So like you
Mhm.
have your agent, you have financial advisor, you have your manager, you have your PR. Like, dude, after a while, you're like, how many percentage points am I giving away? So something might fall by the wayside.
Yeah.
No matter what it may be. But I guess like that's probably the most important thing, is to make sure that people aren't, one hand watches the other.
Mhm. Mhm.
Hey,
So what? Oh,
hold
sorry.
on, my bad.
Go, no,
Do
go,
you know
Pac,
who the
go.
Lord is? You know who the Lord of the Skies is?
Clendathu? No,
No,
Cthulhu.
Armando.
Armando.
Oh, from
Yeah.
Narcos. He looks like are you saying he looks like Armando from Narcos?
I mean, they have the same last name, so I was just asking, was it any relation?
No. But now you got me looking him up again, because I haven't seen Narcos in forever.
Oh, Narcos. Oh no, he's in Narcos Mexico, right?
The second one?
Yeah, he's in the second one. He's the
Yeah.
because he's
Yeah.
that drug dealer in real life that like got plastic surgery to disguise his face, and then
Yeah.
passed away.
Yeah. See, I was
Yeah.
hip to him before the show already. I watched the documentary on him. I'm like, yeah, because it's like
Yeah.
him and Frank Matthews was the two where they was saying was really trying to get away, but they
Yeah.
don't know. They
Amado Carrillo Fuentes.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
No,
there you
I
go.
mean, yeah. Ooh, maybe no.
You look like the actor a little bit though. Now that I think about it.
Ben Affleck, baby, sticking to it.
I'm telling you, it's Michael Imperioli. We're gonna put just a one shot here of you on the screen for our YouTube clip, and I'm gonna put a side by side of you and Imperioli, and it's you're a dead ringer.
Okay,
It's insane.
please, young Perioli.
You got
That's
it.
all I ask.
I promise. I'll make sure I get my video department on it. So I've got a question for you. We're gonna do a Mount Rushmore, kind of tying in Mark Hockman, right? So a Mount Rushmore of your favorite moments from the Levitard show as a fan, and kind of working for Metalark. I know I'm putting you on the spot here.
I mean, if we're doing full show, like from the past two,
Sure.
Because if
Absolutely.
okay, yeah, okay. So I'll just go 4, right? Top 4. In honor of opening day, number 1 is Billy's call that Dan just tramples all over when he did the home run call. Because like what? Because not because like yeah, it's a great moment, but what are the odds that the first fucking pitch of the season is also a home run and Billy's on the phone and like like it was just
and
like
they've been trashing the team relentlessly.
correct.
Like,
And then Billy is like he always goes to opening day, and they're like, hey, we're gonna call him for this opening day, right? Like because we didn't call him this year, so we call him for this like this exact opening day. It's Jeter's first one. The guy like, and it's a home run. Like it's just
there really is something about like calling in on a phone, either landline or cell phone.
It's just
because you guys have the mics now.
Yeah,
when you send them remote. Yeah, it's like
no, just all the stars aligned.
Yeah,
for that thing to happen. So that's number probably on there. We'll give that the George Washington spot. Number 2, I don't remember which dead white guy it was right next to him, but then I'm gonna say
Roosevelt.
Roosevelt is probably Stu talking into Sarah Spain's mic during college game day, yelling into it. That might be.
Was it Michelle Beadle's mic?
Oh, that was Michelle Beadle during the 24-hour marathon. Yeah.
No,
That
I think
might be the greatest moment of ESPN history when he said, I just want to rate quarterbacks. Then he got the high five, though. He ran on the set, dog. Like, that was wild.
My God.
That would be 2. Number 3 would be Chris Cody dressed as a battery during the Super Bowl at the Clevelander party behind.
Yes.
Trying to get on first take.
Yeah, trying to get on. No, he was there because I was laughing my ass off watching it. And then Dan having to like talk down the security guard.
Yes.
So there's that, and then I'm trying to think of like a really, really, really old one, because these are all like relatively new. Well, I guess in the last like 5 years. So there's the battery.
Battery's so good.
Shit.
Yeah, Dan just coming out completely incensed and yelling at the poor security guard. That was the icing on the cake there.
Yeah, but like I just remember like I'm looking right through the center of the shot and I just see Stephen A, and then I don't know if it was Skip or not, right here, and then this little black square with eyes in the back, and it's Chris Cody standing next to the thing dressed as a battery. Oh, it's so good.
Le Batard was really charged up.
Yeah, get the engines revving, What else was? And then the last one. I'm filibustering so hard right now, just trying to think of one. Let me see.
I can give you one here to give you a little bit of time to think. One that just
give me an OLI. OLI.
The OLI. Well, actually, no. This is on my Mount Rushmore. Okay. It is when McGill was describing the kangaroo video. There's the video where the guy punched the kangaroo in the face and the kangaroo just hopped off. That right there is my favorite moment from the Le Batard show in the history of the show.
Really? Oh, super niche. I love it. Well, you know what else goes on there? The Jay Billis call.
Oh yeah.
Where Dan tells
fine, then take offense.
Yeah, he goes, fine, take offense. This is stupid. And he hangs up. Yeah. There you go. That would be my top 4. Off the top of my head, top 4. The ones
That's a great list.
Yeah, there's ones in question, but the battery one is probably one of my all-time favorites, just because Chris was doing it so well with the puns, and it's just so stupid and on brand. It's fantastic.
I really loved reliving Diamond Dallas Page.
Oh, recently, right?
That live was so good because it was like, wait, because
I don't know if he's upset or not.
Yeah, because he worked himself into a shoot.
Yeah,
he worked himself into a shoot.
Yeah.
And it's just funny. The interview itself with Cody Rhodes was funny. Just hearing him say like he even like him recognizing he even said he's positively Page in the interview.
Oh, I have an OLI for you. Very recently was what's this guy's name? The Browns defensive end when he picked up Billy at Radio Row.
Oh, Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett. Yeah, when he just because so Danny, Danny the Table. No, I'm not gonna call him that. Or he deserves respect. He's a good young man. Dan. So Danny, Stunt Dan. So because Danny was there working the camera, and then right when Billy turns and goes, "I dare you," I'm like, "Oh no, poor Danny," because now I know he has to take it off the tripod and do all these things that he was able to nail it, and it just came out so perfect. So that had to be one of my top moments too.
That's so funny. Okay, so right now we've been having this discussion about who would play who on the show. And rightfully we were thinking that Danny would play Dan, but I had mentioned to Jeanette, she's not here tonight, that I don't know if you're familiar with Chris Morales of ESPN LA. If you have the ability to look up Chris Morales from ESPN LA right now, you're gonna realize, I don't know, Beep, if you've seen him either.
It's really, really good.
I think this guy could play Dan, because I think Danny could play Zach Harper. So, I think Danny does look like Zach Harper.
ESPN LA, you said?
Yeah. This guy looks exact.
They had that video on YouTube.
Oh,
about
yeah.
Pickleball. That was Le Batard.
Yeah, I see him. He looks much shorter than Dan though.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, good, like 5'9", maybe 5'10".
Well, it's also hard to be 6'4".
Yeah, low angles. With low angles, you could pull it off. I mean, Tom Cruise does it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you need Tony Soprano to play Dan in a hat.
I was gonna say that Gandolfini if he wasn't dead. So that was my original choice, Gandolfini. But no, this guy does look like Dan. They're in the ballpark. They could share some gene pool.
Mm-hmm. So it's like who's playing him? Is it Danny? Is it Chris Morales? Because this Morales guy, just look at me, Louis.
Danny has a job. Danny is a stunt double, so he'd have to be Chris Morales' stunt double. So he's fake Dan's stunt double. He's always a stunt. He's always a stunt Dan.
He should get played double time.
Yeah,
playing double the Dan.
Yeah, who would play Stu?
That's the one thing we didn't really answer.
I mean, Clooney's the obvious choice, just because
we had Clooney.
The whole joke is, a young Clooney. Mm-hmm. But man, there's no one out there that could really honestly play Stu except for Tom Cruise.
No,
I was thinking Tom Cruise too,
or Tyrion from Game of Thrones.
I was gonna say Peter Dinklage, but
no, it's got to be Tom Cruise dressed up like what's his name from Tropic Thunder, Les Grossman.
Les Grossman,
because he had this huge bigger than life character, and he's all about the lies. He's got the sausage fingers out there waving and dancing. It's got to be Tom Cruise as Les Grossman from Tropic Thunder.
The guy from The Wire that played Littlefinger on Game of Thrones. I think he could also probably play Stu.
I don't know his name.
Hey,
I don't know the actor's name, but
those are two excellent choices. I would not be mad, especially the Tom Cruise as my man. That shit would be fire, bro.
Yeah, I would bring him in.
Pretty, but it'd be fire.
I'd be like, Tom, you have to play. I want you to just play Les Grossman, and just be that, but greedier. That's what I want. Yeah, and that's it. It's done.
And slimier
and dirtier.
Yeah.
Whoever can do the sausage finger wave the best, that's your audition. Put it out there. You put one up here and across, and that's it. And then you look over here at the wall.
Yeah, there you go.
Or you can also because Tom Cruise is gonna have the comedic side of this down. But it's all about the windows of throwing in, a good little nickname here and there. You know what I mean?
And you gotta do this a lot.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, this looks great on audio medium, but you know what I'm doing. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
We got the video department going.
You probably see him do that so much through all the videos you edit. So what's your process there when it comes to, making do you do TikTok and Instagram frames, or is it pretty much the same video frame now that you just send it to them, as long as it's just clipped vertically?
I mean, we have a lot of people wearing a lot of hats. Some stuff is, it's like basic social media rules, right? You don't want videos that are too long. Like I know, TikTok has a scare now, right? TikTok might be gone tomorrow, so it's like TikTok wants you to have longer videos, but I mean, how often do you guys watch 4-minute videos vertically on your phone? Not very often. So I just have a format going into it. Luckily, the powers that be, they trust my editorial knowledge. Basically, unless there's something they really want, they really don't tell me what to cut exactly. They're like, Mike, we trust you. You do the clips. YouTube is probably the main priority, because the way I always see it is, I know a lot of fans don't like the short clips, but the way I see them is they're a teaser to the big segments, right? So if I give you if we have a 20-minute interview, I give you 5 minutes, and you like the 5 minutes, you might want to go see. You'll remember to come back to the big show to watch, whatever segment it's in.
It's like a Costco sample.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, if look,
it really does drive you to the YouTube.
Yeah, look, exactly. Look, so I go to YouTube right now, right? As a, just a test. We'll go to YouTube right now. Okay. So in my suggested videos, right, I have one video that's 6 minutes and 56 seconds. I have another one that's 8:24, and I have this one here that's 17:15. I don't know what these topics are. Which one do you think I'm going to watch first?
6 minutes.
I'm going to watch 6 minute clip. So
Boom.
Like when I do these clips, it's for new fans because we need to grow the show. We don't have like the ESPN machine anymore,
Mm-hmm.
So we need to find a way to get new people, and I think the shorter clips do that better because it's hard to trust somebody out of the. If I don't know your show, I'm not watching a 45-minute clip. I'm just not. I don't know who you are. But if you give me 4 or 5, and then I fuck with it, and then I go back and I'll watch for 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So guys, please bear with me. There's a method to the madness. I'm not just trying to mess with you guys and give you clips that you don't want to see. I'm just trying to like find new people to join our world, our little commune of insanity.
No, I like it because even I don't know what part you had in it today. That EP video that was posted.
Oh, the EP video was made by Taylor, who is another editor we brought in.
Yeah, we had him on a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Steve Martin.
He did that. Yeah. So he's been doing a lot
of
stuff.
I like that little skit. It was good.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was a good idea. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, just stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how you find new fans. That's my strategy. At least maybe I'm wrong. Like maybe like I've been doing it my whole life and I'm wasting my time doing these. But that's the way I see it because that's how I act as a normal.
No, that's a Billy. I used to have this reality TV podcast that Billy would come on, and we used to send him or he used to like send him pictures of plants, or he would send it to us because it was like a metaphor for grow the show, right? So as we're wrapping up here and sending you on your way out, Fountains, I think it's I'll start sending you more pictures of plants because that's exactly what you're doing here. You're tinkering and you're trying things out. ESPN had 30 people working on the show who had already gone through trial and error more or less, or they had more people working on the data for what works or whatnot. And, you're just Mikey Fountains, just let's see what happens. We're having a good time.
To me, more content is always better.
Yeah.
So and if I put out a 10-minute video and you've already seen it, maybe you want to relive it. Guess what you don't have to do? You don't have to go back to the big show and sift through to find it. You have it right there in a nice package, 10-minute form. So yeah, I'm only a man.
And I am but a man.
You are but a man, and you're doing
salute
your thing
Whitty.
right now, man.
Yeah. Oh, my boy Whitty, living his best life.
Yeah. Hey, I got something for the show and DraftKings, bro. Y'all got to get with me. We kind of let the time pass this year, but we got to set it up for next year. It'll be perfect, bro. Perfect. Like almost change fantasy sports. You feel me? I'm gonna make it easy enough for women to play. No disrespect.
Oh, you're gonna do something with it. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait for the show.
Yeah, for the show and for DraftKings, it'll be like a thing they have to work on together. You feel me? So DraftKings will be doing it, and the show just put their name on it.
Okay, well, I'm excited to see it then. I always love new stuff.
All right, well, Pac's gonna be getting that your way. All right, well, that's gonna do it for us here tonight. We want to give you a big thank you, Mike, for giving us your time. I know you got to get out of here and do some more work on some more videos. You got the shades. You bringing the culture mentality to our pod tonight, and we really appreciate it. Appreciate that. I know Cortez will too. Yeah. But on the way out here, we like to give our guests a big thank you. So, thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mikey. Hey, good job, Mikey.
Go for that EP job. Just think about it. You could follow him on Twitter. What's that Twitter handle again? Because I mess it up. Is it at Mike Fountains or is it Mikey Fountains?
No, Mikey Fountains is what Mike Ryan calls me, like tongue in cheek. Mikey Fountains around the studio. It's Mike Fountains because Fuentes is fountains in Spanish. But you'd be shocked about how many Mike Fuenteses there are in the world. So I am the only.
Pierce the veil.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the only Mike Fountains. I'm the only Mike English last name Fountains, Mike Fountains, on every handle that exists.
One and only.
Thank you.
Thank you. Joining us tonight, we have Stupac out in Detroit City. We got Pete out in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and we got myself, Pal, out here in Los Angeles. Have a good one.